Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Shodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ramuna Tira Vanachari
Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you for coming. So, we'll begin with the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminyati Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you for coming this morning. So we'll could you So, Arjuna asks in Bhagavad Gita a question, a very, very important question, a very practical question, a very relevant question, that what is impelling a person to do sinful activity in this world? Many times we see ourselves in the middle of some such activity, and then we get caught in that, and then we worry about it later. So what is that makes us act wrongly in our life? So Krishna then immediately replies to that, saying that it is desire or kama, lust. That is what is impelling a person to act in a sinful way. We desire for something. For example, I want wealth, or I want good position in office. I want more money, good promotion. So I will just jump over others. Then I will push them down, I can do anything. Or I want a good position, fame. I want to be known to people. I want a good position. Even in sometimes when we do service also, we think about that. I want to be the leader, or I want to be whatever that position. I want to lead people. So this position itself is not bad, but desiring for that I want to attain, because that is going to satisfy me. That is kama or lust or desire. And the deepest of that is the sexual desire. Why? We see that many people get addicted to certain behaviors like smoking, drinking, or uncontrolled sexual activities, or eating. Sometimes we get addicted very much to eating also. So all these addictive behaviors come under the term lust or desire. So Krishna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, when he answers in a series of verses about that, he says, Tasmat tvam indriyani adav niyamya bharatarshapa papmanam prajahi enam jnana vijnana nashanam. So let's read the translation. We will come to the translation, but first, Tasmat, therefore, because this lust is impelling a person to act in a sinful way, so he says, Tasvam tvam, you, indriyani, the senses, adav, in the beginning, niyamya, controlling. So you control all these senses in the beginning, not later, in the beginning of spiritual practice. We control the senses. Bharatarshava is addressing Arjuna. Papmanam, this is sinful thing. It makes you do sinful activity. Prajahi, conquer over it. Enam jnana vijnana nashanam. Why we have to conquer over it? Because it destroys knowledge, jnana, and vijnana, and realization. It does not let us progress in spiritual practice and achieve any sort of realization. We stay in the same basic ABC. We come, we chant, and then we go, and we don't see any spiritual experience at all. We just stay at that level. Vijnana nashana, because it destroys our realization. And it also destroys our knowledge, because we know how to act in certain situations, but then we are forced to act differently Why? We forget what is good thing, what is bad thing, and then we just prefer bad activities to be done. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, therefore you control this first. Let's recite the verse and read the translation. Tasmat tvam indriyan adau. Tasmat tvam indriyan yadau. Niyamya bharatarshaba. Niyamya bharatarshaba. Papmanam prajahyenam. Papmanam prajahyenam. Jnana vijnana nashanam. Jnana vijnana nashanam. I hope the font size is okay for everyone. You're able to see. Okay. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 41st verse. So, Krishna easily said in Bhagavad Gita, therefore control it. But we endeavor every day to control it. And it becomes sometimes, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions in Madhurya Kadamini, that it is a war that a spiritual practitioner picks up it with Maya. In the sense, not that we are on the winning side, we are on the losing side, because Maya is so powerful that it can easily, throw us away. We are a small person in front of the whole Maya. Just to think about it, how powerful is the AI, artificial intelligence. Now, Maya, which has given us this body, mind and everything to create that kind of AI, how much powerful it must be. And we are waging a war against that. There is no hope from the beginning of the war only to conquer over it. So why does Krishna say that? In the beginning you have to do, not later. In advanced stages you will actually be able to conquer. No, in the beginning we have to conquer. How do we conquer? So, there is one easy way to conquer in any kind of battle you pick up is for example, if you want to win over another peer in your company, in your team, whatever it is, you become friends with the manager, right? So you become friends with a powerful person who is more powerful than your enemy. So when you become friends with that person, then it is easy to conquer. By our own, we may be very powerless, but we become friends with that person who can, conquer over the other enemy, then it is easier to conquer. So therefore, we have to take shelter of a person who has conquered this Kamadev, or a symbol of desire, including lust as well. This Kamadev has won over everybody in this world, including Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is the biggest person in this whole universe. We have like the president in this country who is said to be the biggest person for this country, powerful person in this country. And then on top of that, we have so many devatas who are controlling over the entire material world, the 3 planetary systems we have. Then above that, we have so many sages and rishis. Then above that, Lord Brahma is situated. But Kamadev has conquered even over Brahma. So in the beginning of the creation, what happened? Brahma was creating various things, and he has also created Saraswati, part of that. So when he has created Saraswati, he actually ran behind Saraswati because of disturbance in his heart. So then his own sons, then criticized him that you have created, which means she is your daughter. You shouldn't be doing that. Then Brahma comes to sense. Then he stops that. So Kamadeva has victory over the greatest person in this whole universe, which is Brahma. So we don't have any hope to even begin the war with. So how do we win this greatest war? Right? But Sridhara Swami gives us a clue. So this is a verse that Sridhara Swami actually writes in the beginning of 29th chapter of the 10th canto, in his commentary called Bhavartha Deepika. So we'll recite this verse. Brahmadijaya Samrudha Brahmadijaya Samrudha Darpa Kandarpa Darpaha Darpa Kandarpa Darpaha Jayati Shripatir Gopi Jayati Shripatir Gopi Rasa Mandala Mandanaha Rasa Mandala Mandanaha. Okay, so he says Brahma Adijaya Samruda. So this Kandarpa or the Kamadev, he has won over Brahma. Adi means etc. He has won over many devatas as well. Many devatas, many rishis, many sages in the past have fallen over from their spiritual practice because of this Kandarpa. Brahma Adijaya. Having won over them, what happens? Samruda Darpa. His Darpa or pride has grown up too much. And that Kandarpa is the Kamadev, Darpaha. There is a person to curb the pride of that Kandarpa, that Kamadev. There is one person. Jayati Shripati Gopi Rasa Mandala Mandanaha. So this person is husband of Shri or Lakshmi, that is Krishna himself. Gopi Rasa Mandala Mandanaha. So he becomes the ornament of this Rasa dance that Krishna is performing with the gopis. So this person has conquered over Kamadev. So Kamadev not only conquered, he curbed his pride. So we become friends with that person, correct? Yeah. So let's read the translation. Can anyone read the translation?
Having conquered Brahma and the other devatas, Kamadev became proud. May Krishna, the husband of Lakshmi, who subdued the pride of that Kamadev and who is the ornament of the Rasa dance, be ever victorious.
Yeah. So, it is definitely true that we need to take shelter of Krishna to win over this desire. So Kamadev represents the lust, but in general, it is also a symbol of any kind of desire that you have in life. We have desire for fame, desire for position, and desire for, can somebody say, what else desire is there? Huh? Desire for wealth, then? Huh? Beauty, yeah, desire for beauty. We want to be the most beautiful person. That's why the whole industry of, all this cosmetic is surviving and thriving. Huh? And anything else? Huh? Power. Yeah, there is a book called Power that talks about all dark secrets to gain power. Anyways, anything else? So the most of the influence, we want to influence over others, as soon as we walk in the, in any hall, we want to be the center of attraction. We may not be so beautiful, but people should be like, oh, this charismatic person has come, right? It should be very charismatic, influence, without even, speaking anything. You pick up the mic, everybody is like clapping their hands, right? So charismatic speaker, or the actors, they become very powerful because they have this lot of charisma. Influence. So, Bhagavan has all of these qualities. Bhagavan, the word Bhagavan is made of Bhaga. Bhaga means all these powers. So, he has 6 kinds of opulences he is possessing. Beauty, which we said, power, wealth, influence, renunciation. So, that is also like if I am most renounced, what happens? People, oh, he's such a great sadhu. I have to take shelter of him. People start respecting. Many sadhus in the whole world, they are known for their famous renunciation. People take shelter of those people because they have renounced all these material things. Renunciation and what else? What did we cover? Beauty. What else? Power, wealth, influence, and renunciation, knowledge. Yeah. So if you are more knowledgeable, then also people are after you. Huh? The more you are knowledgeable in your software job in the Bay Area, then the more the companies they come after you, right? So some person has got a $30 million job because just for his knowledge, nothing else. No? So anyway, so Krishna possesses all of these things. That is why he is called Bhagavan. Bhagavan, Shriman, like you are possessing Shri. Bhagavan means you are possessing all these bhagas. So because he is possessing all these things, he can curb anyone's pride in this world. He can easily save you from all these activities. Let's recite this verse. This is Brahma Samhita meter, you can follow. Vikriditam vrajavadhu biridancha Vishnu. Vikriditam vrajavadhu biridamcha Vishnu. Shraddhanvito nushruyat tatha varnayetya. Shraddhanvito nushruyat tatha varnayetya. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam. Hridrogamashvapahino tyachirena dhira. Hridrogamashvapahino tyachirena dhira. Vikriditam vrajavadubhihi idam cha Vishnu. So Vishnu, this Vishnu is play with the gopis of Vraja. Shraddhanvitaha anushruyat. With faith you should hear. Anushruyat means you have to continuously hear. Not just one time, continuously. Anushruyat, anushrunuyat. Atha varnayat. So after you have heard from somebody, then you describe that as well. Atha varnayat. Yaha. That person. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya. So unto the Lord, he gets para bhakti. That means Shuddha Bhakti. We'll look at the definition of what is Shuddha Bhakti later. But after getting that bhakti, what happens? Kamam hridrogam. Ashu apahinoti. Kamam means desire. Any sort of desire. Hridrogam, it is said to be disease of the heart. This desire is a disease of the heart. Because for this desire, millions and millions of people in the past, in the entire history, have done great things to damage others' life. Right? Alexander the Great, he wanted to conquer the entire world. Why? Desire. I want to be number one. Right? The British came to India. For what reason? Desire. For money, desire for wealth India was having. Conquer over, take control of others. So this kamam is said to be hridrogam. It is a disease of the heart. It can drive a person mad and it can make him commit any sort of actions without considering any other desire, anyone else's life or what is their situation that they are going on. You will just overcome all these things. This hridrogam, ashu apahinoti. Ashu means quickly. Apahinoti. It gets stolen away from you. Achirena dhiraha. quickly you will become a sober person. Dhira. Dhira means a sober person. So by what? Vikriditam Vrajavadubhi idancha Vishnu Shraddhanvitaha Anushruyat. So you hear the pastimes of the Lord, especially his Vrindavan pastimes, especially with the pastimes with the gopis of Vrindavan. Then this you will attain Parabhakti, and then the Kamam Hridrogam, the desire in your heart, which is actually a disease, it will go away quickly. You will quickly become a Dhira, a sober person. Please, somebody read the translation.
Anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavan will quickly attain the Lord's pure devotional service. Thus, he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39.
Yeah, I think the letters are being hidden on the side. Prabhu, could you change the resolution? Okay. So this is Srila Prabhupada. He is writing a letter to Hayagriva on November 8, 1968. He says, another secret of success is that when one is very much sexually disturbed, he should think of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, and he will forget his sex urge to think of Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, but not try to imitate. So we are not trying to imitate, but we should be continuously hearing about this pastimes. Now, any pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, it will remove all our desires in the heart. So today, the topic that we are going to discuss is the confidential reasons for appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya-charitamrta, Adi Lila, chapter 4. This is in the very beginning of Chaitanya-charitamrta. So when we distribute to people Chaitanya-charitamrta and then they open the beginning of the book, we should be able to answer those questions, right? So we will look at the beginning of Adi Lila, Chaitanya-charitamrta. Why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in this world. So how many of you know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please raise your hand. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation of Krishna. He appeared 500 years back in the city of Navadvip in Bengal. His appearance has created this movement which is spread worldwide now, and he has predicted at that time that even 500 years after that the whole world will be spread with this movement that we are following, the spiritual movement. And this movement was brought to the Western world by Srila Prabhupada, and from that 70 years back, and from that time onwards, we are seeing that a rapid spreading of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world for reviving the Harinama Sankirtan. So Harinama Sankirtan is the process of the Kali Yuga. So every yuga has a particular process, particular spiritual practice to follow and attain the final goal. In the Satya Yuga, what is the practice? Meditation, dhyana, that is the practice. So you have to meditate. If you are in Satya Yuga, if you are born in the Satya Yuga, there is no other chance for you to attain success other than simply meditating. And how much meditation we have to do? Not 10 minutes per day. 10,000 years, Prabhu. 10,000 years. Prabhu is saying 10,000 years we need to meditate to attain results. So then, Treta Yuga comes. People are little unqualified, little became degraded. They are not able to sit in meditation for that long. So, what happened? Another process was brought, which is Yagya, fire sacrifice. So, how long do we need to perform the fire sacrifice? Some fire sacrifices takes months to do, and it requires a lot of wealth. So there is one fire sacrifice called Ashwamedha Yagya. Nobody performs these days. Very, very difficult to perform. And I think the last one was done in 1990s or something like that in Kerala. They actually made an attempt to do that fire sacrifice. You need a lot of experts for that, with all these geometric calculations derived from the Vedic rules. And they conducted it. And at that time, also you cannot sacrifice an animal there. So they made an animal in a floor, rice floor, and then they just dropped it in the of a fire sacrifice. So it was the last time somebody performed, and the person who sponsored, his goal was to attain Swargaloka. He wants to go to heavenly planets, so he has conducted. It is very, very expensive. You need to find experts. You need to find Brahmins who are very good in Sanskrit pronunciation. You do a little bit mistake, what happens? Vritarasura is born. So you have to be very, very careful when you are performing Vedic fire sacrifices. Chanting the holy name, it's not like that. But Vedic fire sacrifices, you need to be very careful. So in the Mahabharata, when Arjuna wanted to perform a sacrifice, he had to go all around the world to find gold, wealth. He had to go so many places and collect the gold and wealth and then bring it back to sponsor the sacrifice. Very, very difficult to perform these days. Okay, so that is the Treta Yuga. Then we have Dwapara Yuga. Dwapara Yuga, what is this? What is the process? Archa Vigraha. Okay, Archa Vigraha. So what do we do in Archa Vigraha? We worship the deities. We worship with all Sodasopachar. Big temples were built for that reason. Deity worship was the main process in Dwapara Yuga, just the Yuga prior to the current Yuga. You see, in India, you would find so many big temples with opulent worships the kings have established in the past. So those are all for conducting all this process. Until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Kali Yuga, that was also the main process followed in Kali Yuga as well. So what happens, in each Yuga, a particular Yuga avatar appears, and then he starts the process for that particular Yuga. In Satya Yuga, a person appears, we will read that later, and he initiates the process of meditation. And then in Treta Yuga, you have another person initiating the process of Yajna. Dwapara Yuga, another person appeared and he initiated the process of Archa Vigraha. And then Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and then started which process? Harinama Sankirtan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in this Kali Yuga to start this process of Harinama Sankirtan. When the Yuga avatar comes and starts it, then it becomes wildfire. It goes rapidly, spreads over everywhere. Before that, nobody follows it, not very openly and widely. So the previous Yuga's process continues. That becomes the predominant process until the Yuga avatar appears. When the Yuga avatar appears, he makes a revolution, changes, reforms the heart of the people, and then he initiates the particular process. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had some confidential reasons for appearing. Now, we were discussing a different topic. Suddenly we changed our topic, correct? What we were discussing? Removal of desire or lust, right? Suddenly we are looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Radha and Krishna. So Radha and Krishna combined together appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is Krishna himself, but he has taken the mood of Radharani and he has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what was the previous verse saying? Vikriditam Vrajavadbhihi idam cha Vishnor. So the Krishna's play with the gopis of Vrindavan, that if you meditate on it, then you can quickly control over desire or lust. And who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? The combination of Radha and Krishna. And who is Radha? Gopi in Vrindavan, right? So we can meditate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes as well. And we look at the confidential reason why Krishna decided to appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So today we are going to focus on the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in that way absorb ourselves in that katha so that we forget everyone else. Sometimes we come to the lecture to gain some knowledge, right? At the end of the lecture, I should have like 10 points written so that I'll forget in the next lecture. Correct? No offense to the people who are taking notes, but that's what we do, correct? But the lectures also have one other purpose, which is to experience, spiritual experience. When we are hearing the pastimes of the Lord, we meditate upon it, we become absorbed. Just like you watch a movie, what happens? You don't go and watch a movie with the notes in our hand, correct? We don't take notes from the movie. We are going to movie to gain knowledge? No. What are we going to movie for? Experience, Rasa, that is called Rasa in Indian dramatics. The feeling that the hero is going through so many different feelings in the movie, we want to experience that feeling, that experience. So similarly, when we are hearing the pastimes of the Lord, we also experience through. So we put ourselves in that situation and then see, oh, Krishna is thinking like this. Oh, this is the emotion he is going through. And then that gets reflected to you. So that is the main process for hearing as well. Knowledge is one thing that is there that we gain in some of the lectures, like when somebody is taking a class on Nectar of Devotion, we need to note down, right? But Bhagavatam class, noting down is good, but we are also coming for this experience. We go through this experience and we unite ourselves with that pastimes, whatever is being described, then we will get Rasa. Then we will get not just knowledge, jnana, we also get vijnana, realization. Okay, so we are going to observe ourselves in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as long as the time permits. And we have chosen chapter 4 of Adi Leela for that purpose. This is in one verse that is summarizing why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. Let's read it together. Anarpita charim chirat karunayavatirna kalau. Anarpita charim chirat karunayavatirna kalau. Samarpayitum swabhaktishriyam. Samarpayitum swabhaktishriyam. Hariv purata sundara dutik kadamba sandipitaha. Hariv purata sundara dutik kadamba sandipitaha. Sada hridaya kandare spuratu vasachinandanaha. Sada hridaya kandare spuratu vasachinandanaha. So this verse appears in Vidagdha Madhava. So in the work of, not Vidagdha Madhava, is that Lalita Madhava? Vidagdha Madhava, okay. So this verse appears in Vidagdha Madhava as the Mangalacharan verse by Rupa Goswami. So he starts praising Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before he commences his work. And he has recited this verse in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So Rupa Goswami has done that. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya avatirna kalau. Anarpita. Anarpita. What does it mean, anarpita? Can somebody say? What is arpita? Offering. Okay, so you all know Sanskrit. Anarpita means opposite. Like we have dependence, independence, known, unknown, like that. So arpita and anarpita. Anarpita means that which is not offered. Anarpita, charim, previously. Previously something has been not offered. Okay. Chirat. Chirat means for a long time. Chirakalam. For a long time it has not been offered. Karunaya avatirana kalau. Can somebody translate? Karuna, mercy. Okay. Avatirana, descending. Kali Yuga. Wow, nice. Yeah. You can read Sanskrit. Amazing. Karunaya avatirana kalo. By his mercy he has descended in this Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga has most fallen people. Because the other yugas had, if you are going up in spiritual practices, you will be taking birth in other yugas. Satya Yuga, you can meditate nicely. Treta Yuga, you can conduct big sacrifices. Dwapara Yuga, you can do elaborate deity worship. But in Kali Yuga, what happens? We are not qualified for anything else. So, the holy name comes and saves us, right? So anyways, in this Kali Yuga, by his mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. Samarpayitum. What does mean Samarpayitum? To give. See? To give. Okay. Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. So the highest Rasa. Rasa we discussed about. What is Rasa? Taste. Experience. Just now we were discussing, when you are seeing a movie, you experience something. So, similarly, you have spiritual experiences, which many people write about it, that I went through such and such spiritual experiences, and they document that. There is the autobiography of a yogi. He has documented his spiritual experience. Then there is a journey home. He has documented, Radhanath Maharaj has documented his spiritual experiences. So in this way, different spiritual people document their spiritual experiences throughout the history. That is, spiritual experience is Rasa. The highest spiritual experience that you can undergo is Rasa. Swabhakti Shriyam. So this Rasa comes from Bhakti to the Lord. Swabhakti means Bhakti to his own self. Bhakti to not somebody else, but Bhakti to his own self. In the form of Bhakti to his own self, this Rasa appears. So when we perform Bhakti to the Lord, we are actually what we are undergoing through? An experience. We are undergoing through an experience. That's very important. We are not simply sitting and chanting mechanically, but when we are chanting, when we are hearing, when we are reading, we undergo experience. That is most important. We should be focusing on that experience. Harihi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is no other than Hari himself. Lord Krishna himself has appeared. Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipitaha. So this is very difficult to translate, so I'll just tell the meaning. Purata means molten gold. So what color is he looking on the left side? Or on your right side? Is that molten gold? Right? Molten gold, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gold. Gold. Good job, Kishori. So molten gold. So you take gold and then you just melt it and then it becomes liquid. That is the molten gold. So gold, sometimes what happens, you wear golden jewelry for a long time, it becomes darkened. But then you again heat it up through that process, it becomes very bright again. Molten gold, very, very, very bright. Sundara, beauty. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very beautiful. He was so beautiful that when he took sannyasa, what is his name? Sarbhom Bhattacharya. Sarbhom Bhattacharya thought, oh, he is looking so beautiful. He is not qualified to take sannyas in the sense that, he will immediately fall. So I have to go and save him. So he started instructing Vedanta Sutra to protect him. So if you are beautiful, you need to be careful if you are taking sannyas. Very difficult to stay in that ashram. But he is full of beauty. Sundar. Dyuti. What is Dyuti? Radiance. Color. Complexion. Yeah. complexion, radiance, effulgence, all these are dyuti. He is having that radiance within him. Kadamba. Kadamba is, there is a rice called Kadamba rice. Somebody knows about it? Just mix up anything you like. It's called Kadamba rice. So it's a mixture. The beauty, the molten gold, effulgence get mixed up, and then it appears in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kadamba, Sandipitaha, and then it is glowing. All these things combined together. Gold, molten gold itself glows, but then separate word is used to show that is further glowing. Sandipitaha. Deepitaha means glowing. Sandipitaha means too much glowing. Like that. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sada, always. Hridaya Kandare, in the cave of your heart. Kandara means the cave, in the heart. Spuratu, may he manifest. Vaha, unto you. Sachinandana. So Rupa Goswami is offering us a blessing. So he is saying, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has appeared in this Kali Yuga to offer this highest rasa that has not been offered for a long time previously. It is part of his own devotional service. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a manifestation of beauty, very molten gold, and his effulgence, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, may he appear in your heart, the son of Mother Sachi. Okay. Can somebody read the translation? Yes. Mic. Okay, here's the mic.
May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has specifically appeared for offering the Madhurya Rasa, but he also offered other rasas as well. So we have 5 types of rasas. Can somebody enlist them? Yeah. Shanta.
Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Madhurya, and Vatsalya.
Vatsalya, okay. So Shanta. Shanta. So before we get into that 5 types of rasa, let's try to understand the term rasa itself. We already mentioned that it is a spiritual experience. But it is a very, very specific spiritual experience, not any spiritual experience. Sometimes when we chant, we feel bliss, right? Sometimes when we dance in the kirtan, we feel bliss. That is a spiritual experience, but that is not rasa. Rasa is a very, very specific spiritual experience that you encounter in a specific relationship. Even in this world, you have rasa, that's a material rasa. For example, I have with my son, as soon as I look at my son, the paternal feelings, come out. Or you have with your friend, your close friend comes here and then you feel very much a fraternity feeling, that feeling. And then as a servant to master also has feeling. In the past we have seen in the history that some servants are very much attached to their master. Even at the time of the master committing suicide or whatever, the servant also stays with the master and then goes down. So that is a feeling you have toward a master. And then the final feeling is the feeling between husband and wife, which is the conjugal love, which may be absent in these days. But anyways, this conjugal love is the husband and wife experience for each other, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever it is. So these are the 4 types of rasas. There is another rasa, which is Shanta rasa, that you experience like when you are meditating, for example. You experience a state of stillness. Sama. You experience a state of sama, stillness, peaceful, peace. Many people go for meditation. Transcendental meditation is very famous in the modern day. Why? Many people want peace. They don't have peace in their heart. So they are looking for peace. So, Shantarasa. So these are the 5 types of rasas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared to give 4 types of rasas, not 5 types of rasas. He did not appear to give Shanta Rasa. Except for Shanta Rasa, he appeared to give all other 4 different rasas. But the main rasa is the Madhurya Rasa, conjugal love, for which he has appeared. Okay, so now we'll get into the chapter. We are not going to complete this chapter, obviously, but our goal is to, what is our goal? Spiritual experience, yes. So we are going to go through some spiritual experience. We are going to look at the mind of Krishna. So many times we worship Krishna, but sometimes we don't even know who is that person, right? So we read through the mind of Krishna, and it is there in the very beginning of Chaitanya-charitamrta, Adi Leela. So we'll read through that. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Very difficult to operate. Okay. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita consists of 3 parts, Adi Leela, Madhya Leela and Antya Leela. Adi Leela talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes from his childhood until he takes sannyas. And then Madhya Leela talks about his sannyas pastimes, and Antya Leela also talks about his sannyas pastimes. So initially he only planned for 2, Adi Leela and Antya Leela, but then Antya Leela he has divided into 2 parts, Madhya Leela and Antya Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested in this world for 48 years. 24 years he spent in family life and childhood and youth and everything. Rest of the 24 years he has spent as sannyas. And within the rest 24 years, first 6 years, he roamed around entire India, mainly South India, and then Vrindavan, and then Bengal, spreading the teachings, missionary activities. Rest of the time, he was situated in Puri, and then he manifested his ecstatic emotions that nobody has seen ever in this world. Let me increase the font size. Command what? He's a command plus, yeah. He's my colleague as well. He helps me many times in office. How do I click Adi Leela? Okay. I think it's, let me actually present in a different way. So, otherwise we will be spending in moving the mouse. Oh. Okay. 1 second. Veda base? Okay. Yeah. Veda base. Prabhu, can you project Veda base? Adi Leela, 4th chapter, 1st verse onwards. Okay. So you can go to the first verse and you can put in advanced mode because we are going to be reading verses after verses. In purport also, everything should be there. Bengali also you can put. And we'll just, synonyms also. Okay. Shri Chaitanya Prasadena Tadrupasya Vinirnayam Balopi Kurute Shastram Drishtva Vraja Vilasinaha Shri Chaitanya Prasadena Tadrupasya Vinirnayam Balopi kurute shastram Drishtva vrajavilasinaha. So, Sri Chaitanya Prasadena, you can just hold on to that verse, Prabhu, then we'll go to the translation later. Just verse and synonyms you can show. Yeah, there. Sri Chaitanya Prasadena, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, tad rupasya vinirnayam. So you can understand Krishna's form. Without going through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot understand Krishna or Radharani. Very difficult. We don't have access to Krishna or Radha. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this Kali Yuga to present Radha Krishna. So we have to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to understand Radha Krishna. Balaha api kurute shastram. Even a small boy, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can compile shastras. Shastras are very difficult to understand. Even a child can compile those kind of shastras. Drishtva Vraja Vilasinaha. So this Vraja Vilasi, who is Krishna himself. So Krishna's form and pastimes, everything can be understood by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. Now we can read the translation. Can somebody read the translation? You can pass it around.
By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even a foolish child can fully describe the real nature of Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of the pastimes of Vraja, according to the vision of the revealed scriptures.
Yeah. So, purport.
One can ascertain the meaning of this Sanskrit slok only when one is endowed with the causeless mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Sri Krishna, being the absolute personality of Godhead, cannot be exposed to the mundane instruments of vision. He deserves the right not to be exposed by the intellectual feats of non-devotees.
So we'll just stop here. We'll look at the parts of the purports. So here, Prabhupada is saying that the meaning of the shloka that you can only understand with the causeless mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The meaning of the shloka is basically the form and the pastimes of Krishna, how we can understand by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he says that Krishna does not want to be exposed. He is a person. When he is a person, he has will, he has desires. He desires that he does not want to be exposed. Somebody has to come and reveal that. Without revealing, you cannot understand. Tad vijnanartam saguru miyavabhigachet. You go to a guru and then you learn about. The Upanishads also say the same statement. So you go to guru to learn about the scriptures. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the guru of this particular yuga. So he has appeared to expose Krishna to us, reveal Krishna to us. Without going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot access Krishna or Radha. And please, you can pass the mic over.
Okay. He reserves the right not to be exposed by the intellectual feats of non-devotees. Notwithstanding this truth, even a small child can easily understand Lord Sri Krishna and his transcendental pastimes in the land of Vrindavan by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So when we get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we don't need to struggle understanding it. We can easily understand. Understand here means experience. Experience the bliss or rasa. Okay, verse 2. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Translation.
All glory to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glory to Lord Nityananda, all glory to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glory to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya.
Chaturtera shlokera artha koila bibaran Panchama shlokera artha shuna bhaktagan So, in the beginning of the first chapter of Adi Leela, he talks about a few verses, 14 verses he gives. And that 14 verses, he expands it throughout the entire Adi Leela. He goes into details of each individual verse, and then he expands it, and then it becomes most of the Adi Leela work. And then he starts with the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So within that 14 seed verses, he gives the whole philosophy. So sometimes that, we want to know the whole philosophy, we don't have so much time to read the book. Can you still? This is the point. 14 verses. If you memorize it and you understand it, you are in a good position. Within 14 verses, he gives from the beginning to end all the philosophy. Just like we have the nectar of instruction with the how many verses? 11 verses. Within 11 verses, he gives Upadesa Saram, the whole essence of instruction he gives. Like that, here he has 14 verses. You can understand the entire Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, all these tattvas, along with why Krishna has appeared, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared, all these things you can understand. So now, he is going to discuss about the fourth verse of that.
I have described the meaning of the fourth verse. Now, O devotees, kindly hear the explanation of the fifth verse.
Yeah. Now, next one. Mula shlokera artha korite prakash artha lagaite age kohiye abash.
Just to explain the original verse, I shall first suggest its meaning.
Chaturtha shlokera artha ei koilasar Prema nama pracharite avatar.
I have given the essential meaning of the fourth verse. This incarnation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, descends to propagate the chanting of the holy name and spread love of God.
So in the previous chapter, he has discussed about the external reasons for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. This chapter is called confidential reasons or internal reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. We act in this world many times with dual intention. Externally we behave something else, but internally we have some other motive, right? This all comes from Krishna. He also has dual intentions. Externally he comes for one reason, internally he comes for another reason. Externally he has come for, what is the purpose he has come? To propagate the holy names, which we are doing. The main yugas, dharma, that's not the internal reason for Krishna to appear in this Kali Yuga. That's an external reason. So when we'll read further that when Krishna decided to appear, the time for propagating the dharma has also appeared. It's a coincidental event. So he propagated the Sankirtan. Otherwise, in other Kali Yugas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't appear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in only one Kali Yuga in entire day of Brahma. Krishna also appears in one Dwapara Yuga in entire day of Brahma. In other Dwapara Yugas, Krishna doesn't appear. In other Kali Yugas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't appear. So then who spreads the Sankirtan? There are 4 avatars which usually they appear in 4 yugas. So let's read Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 21st verse. Eleventh canto, 5th chapter, 21st verse. 11th. Yes. Krite shuklas chaturbhahu jatilo valkalambaraha Krishna jino pavitakshan Bibhradanda kamandalu. Translation.
In Satyuga, the Lord is white and four-armed, has matted locks and wears a garment of tree bark. He carries a black deerskin, a sacred thread prayer beads, and the rod and water pot of a brahmachari.
So he appears as brahmachari. And what is his name? His name is called Shukla. Shukla. So those who are brahmacharis can, get inspired by him. He's a brahmachari and he appears in Satya Yoga, and he is also white in color, and he spreads the Yuga Dharma, which is the meditation process. So he initiates that process. Let's go to verse 24 of the same chapter. 24. Tretayam raktavarnosau Chaturbahus Trimekhalaha Hiranyakeshas Trayatma Srukshruvadyupalakshanaha. Translation.
In Treta Yuga, the Lord appears with red complexion. He has 4 arms, golden hair, and wears a triple belt representing initiation into each of the 3 Vedas, embodying the knowledge of worship by sacrificial performance, which is contained in the Rig, Sama, and Yajur Vedas. His symbols are the ladle, spoon, and other implementations of sacrifice.
So he appears as a personification of sacrifice. He is carrying Shrak and Shruva. These are the 2 spoons you use in Vedic sacrifices. And he is initiated. To conduct Vedic sacrifice, you need to be initiated into Vedic Sampradaya. And his complexion is red. He is also called Rakta, red. What is the Satyoga avatar? Shukla. And the Treta Yuga is Rakta. And he starts the Yuga Dharma of sacrifice. Okay. Next we can go to verse 27. (27). 27. Okay. Dvapare Bhagavan Shyama Pitavasa Nijayudha Srivatsadibhirankaischa Lakshanairupa-lakshitaha. Translation.
In Dwapar Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears with a dark blue complexion, wearing yellow garments. The Lord's transcendental body is marked in this incarnation with Srivatsa and other distinctive ornaments, and he manifests his personal weapons.
So, in Dwapara Yuga, he appears with a dark blue complexion, looks almost like the description of Krishna. Is he Krishna? No. Who is he then? Narayana. Yes, he is an incarnation of Narayana, but who else is he specifically? Okay. So his name is Shama. Shama, dark blue. He appears usually in the place of Krishna. This Shama incarnation appears. But when does Krishna appear? Once in. But when he appears? Towards the end of Dwapara Yuga. All of them are correct answers, but I was expecting this answer. Toward the end of Dwapara Yuga. So when do you actually start the process of a Yuga? In the beginning of the Yuga, right? So Krishna is not the Yuga avatar. Shama, he is the Yuga avatar. He appears, in the beginning of the Yuga to propagate the dharma of that particular Yuga, which is what? Deity worship. To deity worship, he starts that process. Okay. Now let's go to verse number 32. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti hi Sumedasa. Translation.
In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions.
Okay. So, usually in the Kali Yuga, this incarnation, which is mentioned in this verse, doesn't appear. Usually in Kali Yuga, a person called Krishna appears. Not our Krishna, it's black in color, Krishna. So in the Satya Yuga, what is the avatar name? Shukla. In Treta Yuga, Rakta, red color. And the Dwapara Yuga, Shama, dark blue. And the Kali Yuga, black, Krishna. So Kali Yuga, Krishna appears to spread the Harinam Sankirtan. But what is this verse saying? Can you go above to the verse? It says, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Akrishnam. This person is not black that you would usually expect. This person is completely different. Because Shukadeva Goswami is speaking for this particular Kali Yuga. Krishna Varnam. Krishna Varnam means? What is one? Describing? Lord Krishna. What else? Krishna Varnam means? Looks like Krishna. Color is Krishna. Huh? Yes. What is it? He is in the scholar. He is in the category of Krishna. Like you have a Brahman Varna or a Kshatriya Varna, you have like Krishna Varna. He is in the particular category of Krishna. What else? Words. Krishna. Varna. Varnayati in Sanskrit means you are describing, you are narrating. So Krishna, he is repeating the syllables of Krishna, the name Krishna. He will be repeating Krishna, 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 like that. Tvisha Akrishnam, his complexion is not black, which is the usual avatara's complexion. Sa Anga, Upa Anga, Astra, Parshadam. So all avatars appear with their associates and astras, weapons. So this avatar also appears with astra, weapon, but his weapon is different. His weapon is the beauty, which we were reading in the previous Anarpita Charimchirat verse. We described a long sentence which was saying about his beauty, how color he is looking, molten gold, how beautiful he was, and he is just a heap of that combined together, that beauty. That is his weapon. And the process of the holy name is also his weapon. So with that weapon, he's not going to attack and kill the people of Kali Yuga, otherwise the whole Kali Yuga will be finished. So he has to be merciful. Karunaya Vatirana Kalo. So then he uses these weapons to attract them toward himself. Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayer. So this person will be worshipped by the people of Kali Yuga. Yajanti means worshipping. So this person will be worshipped by people of Kali Yuga by Yajna. But Yajna, not the fire sacrifice Yajna which we usually know. Yajna also has another meaning, which the word Yajanti also comes from that same root, Yaj, which means worship. This worship predominated with Sankirtana. Sankirtana Prayar. Praya means predominance. Predominated with the Sankirtana. So this particular person will be worshipped. So we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And who worship him? Sumedasaha. Medasaha means intelligent person. Sumedasaha means very, very intelligent person. Worship this particular incarnation. So in the place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, usually a person called Krishna appears. He is black in color and he spreads the Sankirtan for that yuga in other yuga avatars. But for this particular yuga, when Krishna wanted to appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happened? The Yuga Dharma time came. incidentally. So he also appeared to spread the Yuga Dharma, and which is predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam. And because we are reading about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let's also read one more verse, verse number 34. Krishna, this fits the description of Krishna. Yeah. Tusha Krishnam, he's black color also. That would be repeating. Krishna Varanam Tusha Krishnam. Yeah. Okay. Huh? Yeah, this same chapter, 34th verse. Okay, so we have to fulfill Prabhu's expression. So we'll fulfill through this verse. Tyaktva sudustyaja surepsita raja lakshmi dharmishta arya vachasa yadagadharanyam Maya mrigam daitayepsitam anvadhavat Vande mahapurushate charanaravindam. So we'll first understand, no, translation, the verse itself. Go, yes. So we'll try to understand the general meaning of this verse, and then we'll see whom it is indicating. Tyaktva sudustyaja sura ipshita rajya lakshmi. So rajya lakshmi. So this rajya, this kingdom is like a lakshmi. It's full of wealth. Any kingdom, people want to conquer another kingdom because they want to acquire that wealth. The kingdom is filled with wealth. Sura ipshita. So even the demigods decide this particular kingdom. Okay. So it's very, 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 very opulent, that kingdom is. Dustyaja, to give up. Tyaja means give up. Dustyaja means to give up that kingdom. Anyone who has acquired it, it's very, very difficult to give up that. Sudustyaja means it's even difficult to give up that kingdom. That is the kingdom being described. Tyaktva, this person gave up that kingdom. Tyaktva. Dharmushtaha, he is fixed in dharma. Known, very well known for dharma. Arya Vachasa, by the words of an elder, Yadagadharanyam, this person went to forest. Does that strike you anything? Yeah? Who is that? Lord Ram. So by the words of the elder, he has given up the kingdom of Ayodhya and he has went to the forest. Maya Mrigam. Daitaya Ipsitam, by his beloved, Daita means beloved, Daitaya Ipsitam, it desired, this Maya Mriga was desired by his wife. Remember which incident? Yeah, what is that? What is that? Marichi, yeah. So he is taking the golden deer form and then he is running. It's a Maya Mriga. He's not really a Mriga, but he is appearing as a Maya. Maya Mrigam Daitya Yipsitam. It was desired by his beloved. Anvadhavat, he was running after that. Okay. Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. That personality, Mahapurusha, I offer my obeisances. No. We'll come to the translation later. Okay. So, this verse also has hidden meanings. So we'll explore second layer of meaning, which Prabhu wanted to say. It can describe Krishna also. So, Sura Ipshita Rajya Lakshmi, the place called Mathura, is also filled with huge amount of wealth. People wanted to occupy Mathura. Sura Ipshita, even the Devas, they are just, thinking. When Narada Muni visited the palaces of Krishna, he was like, so much opulences, and then Krishna has built individual palace for 16,000 queens of Dwaraka. Every queen had their own palace. So much opulence. This Mathura has so much opulence. Sura Ipshita, Su Duschada, very, very, very difficult to give up that kingdom. He has given up. You remember? When? In the childhood, Krishna has given up. When he was born, as soon as he was born, he could have easily killed Kamsa and then he could have occupied that. But he gave that up. Dharmishtaha. Krishna is well known for speaking Bhagavad Gita. So through Bhagavad Gita, he established dharma in this world. Dharmishtaha. Arya vachasa yadagadharanyam. By his parents, they requested, please don't stay here. If you stay here, Kamsa will kill you. Please go to Vrindavan, Aranyam, Yadagadharanyam. By the request of his parents, he went to the Vrindavana forest. Now, third line. Maya mrigam daitaya ipsitam anvadavat. Difficult. He didn't chase after any Maya mriga, right? So, his Daita is his beloved. His beloved is, who is his beloved? Rukmini, Radharani, yeah. In Vrindavan, his beloved is Radharani. And Radharani is Yogamaya. Right? So this person was running after Yogamaya. He was running after Radha. So this person was running after Yogamaya. Why? He desired his beloved. Daitaya Ipsitam also means he desired his beloved. Because he was desiring after his beloved, who is Yogamaya, he was running after Radharani. Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. That Mahapurusha, that Krishna, I offer my obeisances. Okay. But you see, this verse is just 2 verses down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's verse. So it should be describing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Correct? Okay. So we'll look at the final meaning. Sura Ipshita Rajya Lakshmi. Oh, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not have any kingdom, right? So we are faced with another difficulty. Rajya Lakshmi, who is his wife? Lakshmi Priya. So Lakshmi Priya, who is desired by all the devas, because when Lakshmi appeared from the milk ocean, all the devas wanted to marry her. So that Lakshmi has come as Lakshmi Priya, is wife of Mahaprabhu. Sura Ipshita, Sudustyada, very difficult to give up, that Lakshmi. Very, very difficult to give up. But Taktva, he gave up at the age of 24 and he took sannyas, right? Dharmishtaha, he established the dharma of Sankirtan, correct? The Yuga Dharma. Arya Vachasa Yadagadharanyam. That is little difficult. Arya Vachasa. His parents did not ask him to take sannyas, correct? Neither any of the elders asked him to take sannyas. So how can we resolve that? So actually there was one person who asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take sannyas. Not asked, he actually cursed. So Arya means a Brahmin. So he was a Brahmana who was not allowed inside the Sankirtan room that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing. It's a very secret room. He was not allowed. So he got very much angry. And when next day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Ganga, and then he was taking bath and is coming out, this Brahmana went there and then he took out his Brahmin thread and then he cursed. You did not allow me. I'm cursing you that you will not stay in one place and you will be just, you will give up all your family life and then you will go. And then he broke his Brahmana thread. He was so angry. Arya Vachasa Yadagad Aranyam. Aranyam also means an ashrama, sannyasa ashram. You are giving up your whole family life and you are going. Maya Mrigam. Now, this is difficult. Calling for Srimati Radharani. Yeah, that's one explanation. Yeah. Maya Mrigam. Maya means material energy. Mrigam means searching. So, who is searching after material energy? Conditioned souls. Anvadhavat. He was running after behind the conditioned souls who are searching after Maya. Maya Mrigam Anvadhavat. Dhaitaya Ipsitam. So all of them are his beloved. So by that he is running behind them to capture them and bring them to the lotus feet of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Vande Mahapurusha, Mahaprabhu. We call him Mahaprabhu, Mahapurusha, te charanaravindam. Unto his lotus feet, we offer obeisances. Okay. So we wanted to touch the confidential reasons for the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We somewhat touched it. We'll try to stop here. I think 9:30 we stop, correct? Yeah. So any questions, reflections? Yes, Prabhuji.
How is Radharani Yogamaya? Because that is Purnamasi.
Yeah. So how is Prabhuji asks all challenging questions. So all the internal Shaktis of the Lord are expansions of Radharani. So Radharani is Antaranga Shakti and Jivas are Tatastha Shakti and Durga Devi is Bahiranga Shakti. So in Antaranga Shakti is Lakshmi or Radharani. From there, a particular person called Pauranamasi who appears to facilitate the pastimes. So he is also an expansion of Yogamaya. But all the internal potencies that when we call Yogamaya, that refers to all the internal potencies. That is Srimati Radharani. In the first chapter of Chaitanya-charitamrta, it describes that Radharani is nothing but all the Antaranga Shakti of the Lord, internal potency. So that represents Yogamaya.
But she is embodiment of Hladini Shakti also.
Yeah, Hladini Shakti. So she is said to be the essence of the Yogamaya, Hladini Shakti, because she is the bliss potency. But in general, the whole Shakti, Tattva, internal Antaranga Shakti Tattva, expands from Srimati Radharani. Yes. Any other reflection, questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, very nice explanations. I really loved this, three different types of meanings for this particular verse. One question I had is, you described the names of the Lord appearing in all the yugas, basically the same as the colors that they assumed. So the verse itself doesn't seem to say that that's the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
So did you get it from some?
This is Baldev Vidyabhushan says in Laghu Bhagavatamrta commentary.
Okay.
Shukla iti nama. Same name and the color is also the same.
Okay.
Shukla, Rakta, Shaman, Krishna.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
I was just thinking that the first three avatar for the three yugas, it was very direct description in terms of color, arms, what they carry. But it would be nice if they mention the color as Gauranga color also, because it goes by the same color name Mahaprabhu also.
So the color Gaura is not mentioned. Tusha Akrishnam is said not black.
Yeah.
So there is a verse by Gargamuni. It comes in the 10th canto. So when he says, when Krishna was appeared first time, and then they had to give the naming ceremony, Namakarana. So when he gives the naming ceremony, Gargamuni was called for that. Then when he says that this person has previously appeared in three other colors, and then he says Shukla, Rakta and Pita, yellow color. So who could be the yellow color? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And of course you can ask questions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears later, but it is referring to the previous day of Brahma where he has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, basically representing the 4 yuga avatars. And there are other references from the scriptures our acharyas have quoted. There is a collection of verses which is establishing the identity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very, very, very specific identity, that he takes birth in Navadip, and then he is the son of Sachi, and all this, his lifetime, everything is given as well. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for devotees for attending this. We'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindhabhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta kori vaishnavandiki.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you for joining on Saturday morning. We had a wonderful class by His Grace Jivan Prabhu. Let's thank him with a big round of applause. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We also had a Japa circle in the morning, Make Japa Great Again by His Grace Sundaranand Prabhu. So let's thank him for the Make Japa Great Again. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Any newcomers here, first timers? Yes, Mataji, what's your name? Dhara Mataji. Anybody else? We know Vijay, and Dhruva, and what's your name? Anusha Mataji. Let's thank them and chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having you on a regular basis. And if you have any questions, you may ask any one of us. Any other announcements? We would also like to thank our broadcast team, Charu Nimai Prabhu and Ramanand Sakha Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And today is a very special day because we have a special feast, prasadam, cooked for all the volunteers who have done a lot of service in Janmashtami. And it will be served at 10:30 a.m. In the meantime, if you like, you can offer service in the kitchen because they have been working hard since morning, and I'm sure from yesterday as well. We also have Sankirtan teams going out today, like at every weekend. We go out for distributing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Next weekend, actually tomorrow we have Rath Yatra in San Francisco, Golden Gate Park. It's 59th Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra. So all devotees are recommended and encouraged to participate. It will start around 10:30 a.m. from, we have a flyer, we will share it on the group. And it will go until 12 p.m. 12 p.m. There is a particular, prasadam is at 10:30 a.m. So Rath Yatra carts will go in the Golden Gate Park to a particular festival spot called Sharon Meadows. There will be a festival until 4 or 5 p.m. So you please join us. Regarding book distribution, there are different teams going. There is one team going to Santa Cruz for book distribution. Another team is going to Mountain View downtown. And then we have teams going to Palo Alto. We have an arts festival there. And there are many teams going to Indian stores. So if you like to join for book distribution, please let me know. We can connect you with the devotees. Any other announcements? Also, we have Bhadra Purnima coming on September 7th. So we have a goal for distributing at least 3,800 Srimad Bhagavatam sets from ISKCON of Silicon Valley. So if you know anybody who would like a set, or if you want to sponsor a set of Srimad Bhagavatam for somebody, please contact us. As His Grace Jivan Prabhu mentioned, Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Puranas. And it has many stories of the Dashavatars. So everybody can benefit from the Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Now we can do some reading of Prabhupada's selected verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. Charunimai Prabhu, could you project them on the Jumbotron? We'll read the Sanskrit and the translations. Prabhupada picks Canto 10, the selected verses. So these are the selected verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. These were most quoted by Srila Prabhupada. We'll read Sanskrit and translations. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Can we have a bigger font? We can zoom in to the Sanskrit and then the translation. First we'll just do the Sanskrit, then we'll do the translations. So Canto 10 is the biggest canto. Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos. 10th canto describes the activities and pastimes of Lord Krishna. So these verses were most quoted by Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON movement. So that's why it's very auspicious to recite these verses. We are trying to memorize them. We have a goal to memorize them by next week, I think September 1st. If you like, you can turn in your submissions and we'll share the link with you. Are we ready, bro? Okay, hopefully everybody can see the verses. If you like, you can come closer to the Jumbotron. We'll recite them together. Nivritta tarshay rupagiyamanad bhavaushada shrotra manobhiramat kauttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajayet vina pashugnat naishati dusahashunmam Tyaktodam api badhate pibantam tvan mukhamboja chutam hari kathamritam Vasudeva katha prashna purusham strin punatihi vaktaram prachakam shrotrims Tatpada salilam yatha Tvayam bujaksha khila sattvadhamni Samadhina veshita chetasaike Tvatpada potena mahatkritena Kurvanti govatsa padam bhavabdim Yene ravindaksha vimukta maninas Tvayasta bhavada vishuddha buddhaya Aruhya krichrena param padam tata Patantyado nadrita yushmadangraya Nanamarupe gunajanma karma bhir nirupitavae tasya sakshina manovachobhyam anumeya vartmano deva kriyayam pratyantyathapih Shinvan grinan samsmarayam shachintayan Namani rupani cha mangalani te Kriyasu yastva charanaravindayor आविष्टचेता न भवाय कल्पते महद्विचलनं नृणां गृहीणां दीनचेतसाम् आसन वर्णास् Next. Thank you. Asan varnastreo hyasya grinato nu yugam tanu shuklo raktastatha pita idanim krishnatam gata Shri Rajo vacha Nanda kim akarod brahman Shreya evam mahodayam Yashoda cha mahabhaga Papo yasyastanam hari Nayam sukhapo bhagavan Dehinam gopika sutta Jnaninam chatma bhutanam Yatha bhakti matamiha Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya Dasyam gatanam paradaivatenam Maya shritanam naradarakena Sakam vijaharu krita punya punja Jnane prayasamudapasya namanta eva Jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadhiya vartam Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvan manobhir Ye prayasho jita jitopyasita istrilokyam Shreya shritim bhakti mudasyate vibho Klishyanti ye kevala bodhalabdhaye Tesham aso kleshalaye vashishyate Nanyad yatha stula tushavaghatinam Tatte nukampam susamekshamano Bhunjana evatmakritam vipakam Ridvagvapurbhir vidadhan namaste Jivet yo mukti pade sadaya bhag Athapite deva padam bhujadvaya Prasadaleshanugrihita evahi Janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno Na chanya ekopi chiram vichinvan Samashritaye padapallavaplavam Mahatpadam punyayasho murare Bhavam bhudirvatsa padam param padam 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 yad vipadam natesham Etavad janma safalyam Dehinamiha dehishu Pranairarthair vacha Shreyacharanam sada Kamam krodham bhayam sneham Aikyam soridameva cha Nityam haro vidadhato Yanti tanmayatam hite तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना। श्रीशुक उवाच धर्मव्यतिक्रमो दृष्टा ईश्वराणां च साहसं तेजीयसां न दोषाय वहने सर्वभुजो यथा। विक्रीडितं व्रजवधूभिरिदं च विष्णो श्रद्धान्वितोऽनुशृणुयादथ वर्णयेद्या भक्तिं परां भगवती प्रतिलभ्य कामं हृद्रोगमाशु अपि नोत्यचिरेण धीरा। यस्याङ्घ्रिपङ्कजरजास्नपनं महान्तो वाञ्छन्त्युमापतिरिवात्मतमोपहत्यै यर्हि अम्बुजाक्षन लभेय भवत्प्रसादं जह्यामसुन्व्रतकृशान् शतजन्मभिः स्यात्। क्वाहं दरिद्रपापीयान् क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहं बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भिता। मयि भक्तिर्हि भूतानाम् अमृतत्वाय कल्पते दिष्ट्या यदासिन्मत्स्नेहो भवति नामदापनः। आहुश्च ते नलिननाभपदारविन्दं योगेश्वरैर्हृदि विचिन्त्यमगाधबोधै संसारकूपपतितोत्तरणावलम्बं गेहं जुषामपि मनस्युदीयात् सदा नः। यस्यात्मबुद्धिकुनपेत्रिधातुके स्वदीकलत्रादिषु भौम्यैज्जति यत्तीर्थबुद्धिसलिलेन कर्हि चेज् जनेषु विघ्नेषु स एव गोखरा। श्रीभगवानुवाच यस्याहम् अनुगृह्णामि हरिष्ये तद्धनं शनैः ततो धनं त्यजन्त्यस्य स्वजना दुःखदुःखितम्। जयति जन्निवासो देवकी जन्मवादो यदुवर्परिषत्स्वैर्दोर्भिरस्यन्नधर्मम् स्थिरचर्वृजनगणासु समेत श्रीमुखेन व्रजपूर्वनीतानां वर्धयन् कामदेवम्। Hare Krishna. Now we'll read the translations. I think that's better. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. We'll read it together, the translations. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the Parampara system. That is, it is conveyed from the spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? Because of my vow on the verge of death, I have given up even drinking water. Yet, because I am drinking the nectar of topics about Krishna, which is flowing from the lotus mouth of your Lordship, my hunger and thirst, which are extremely difficult to bear, cannot hinder me. The Ganges, emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu, purifies the three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. Similarly, when one asks questions about the pastimes and characteristics of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, three varieties of men are purified: the speaker or preacher, he who inquires, and the people in general who listen. O lotus-eyed Lord, by concentrating one's meditation on your lotus feet, which are the reservoir of all existence, and by accepting those lotus feet as the boat by which to cross the ocean of nations, one follows in the footsteps of Mahajans, great saints, sages, and devotees. By this simple process, one can cross the ocean of nations as easily as one steps over the hoofprint of a calf. Someone may say that aside from devotees who always seek shelter at the Lord's lotus feet, there are those who are not devotees but who have accepted different processes for attaining salvation. What happens to them? In answer to this question, Lord Brahma and the other demigods said, O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from their position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet. O Lord, your transcendental name and form are not ascertained by those who merely speculate on the path of imagination. Your name, form, and attributes can be ascertained only through devotional service. Even while engaged in various activities, devotees whose minds are completely absorbed at your lotus feet and who constantly hear, chant, contemplate, and cause others to remember your transcendental names and forms are always on the transcendental platform, and thus they can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. O my Lord, O great devotee, persons like you move from one place to another, not for their own interests, but for the sake of poor-hearted grihasthas, householders. Your son, Krishna, appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors, white, red, and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramchandra in the color of Shuka, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. Having heard of the great fortune of Mother Yashoda, Parikshit Maharaj inquired from Shukdev Goswami, O learned Brahmana, Mother Yashoda's breast milk was sucked by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What past auspicious activities did she and Nand Maharaj perform to achieve such perfection in ecstatic love? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. Those who are engaged in self-realization, appreciating the Brahman effulgence of the Lord, and those engaged in devotional service, accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Master, as well as those who are under the clutches of Maya, thinking the Lord an ordinary person, cannot understand that certain exalted personalities after accumulating volumes of pious activities, are now playing with the Lord in friendship as cowherd boys. Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and mind offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result. As a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain, one who simply speculates cannot achieve self-realization. His only gain is trouble. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. For those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon, the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's hoofprint. Their goal is Parampadam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. Persons who constantly direct their lust, anger, fear, protective affection, feeling of impersonal oneness or friendship toward Lord Hari are sure to become absorbed in thought of him. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. Shukdev Goswami said, the status of powerful controllers is not harmed by any apparently audacious transgression of morality we may see in them, for they are just like fire, which devours everything fed into it and remains unpolluted. Anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavan will attain the Lord's pure devotional service. Thus he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. O lotus-eyed one, great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. Who am I, a sinful, poor friend of a Brahman? And who is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in 6 opulences? Nonetheless, he has embraced me with his two arms. Rendering devotional service to me qualifies any living being for eternal life, but by your good fortune, you have developed a special loving attitude toward me, by which you have obtained me. The gopis spoke thus, Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. One who identifies himself as the inert body composed of mucus, bile, and air, who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, who thinks an earthen image or the land of his birth is worshipable, or who sees a place of pilgrimage as merely the water there, but who never identifies himself with, feels kinship with, worships or even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth, such a person is no better than a cow or an ass. The personality of Godhead said, If I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. Lord Shri Krishna is he who is known as Jananivas, the ultimate resort of all living entities, and who is also known as Devaki Nandan or Yashoda Nandan, the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious, as well as every man who is impious. By his presence, he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavan. May he be all glorious and happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining us. We'll have prasadam served in 20 minutes at 10:30 a.m. So you can meet anybody you have not met until now and introduce yourself and tell why you have come here today. Is that okay? Okay. So, yes. We'll have kirtans by His Grace Govind Prabhu to entertain you until 10:30 a.m. Hare Krishna.